I had just finished straightening my tie when she said it. Her reflection stared back at me in the vanity mirror, her voice steady, yet her trembling hands betrayed her as she adjusted her earrings. "Michael," she whispered, "before we leave tonight, there's something you need to know. I've been seeing someone else." It felt like the ground split beneath me. My lungs forgot how to work. Breathing turned into a foreign act. "What did you just say?" I asked, though I'd heard her clearly. Her gaze darted away from mine in the mirror. "I didn't want you to find out at the party. You deserve to hear it from me first." From her, my wife of 11 years, my partner, my best friend, or so I believe until half a minute ago. All the cracks I'd ignored pressed in at once. The room shrank, suffocating. The warm glow of the bedside lamp turned harsh, almost cruel. I gripped the edge of the dresser, trying to steady myself against a tidal wave of shock crashing through me. "You've been seeing someone else," I repeated, every word jagged in my throat like broken glass. She gave a small nod, barely visible, as if the act itself might shatter her composure. It wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't plan it. Her words blurred in my ears. Images flooded my mind. The late nights at her office, the sudden secrecy on her phone, the way she turned away in bed instead of curling into me like she used to. Every red flag I'd buried in denial bloomed at once, choking me with their truth. "How long?" My voice barely sounded like mine. Her lip trembled. 3 months. 3 months. 90 days of lies. 90 mornings of coffee together. Quick kisses on the cheek. Pretending nothing was wrong. We were supposed to be heading to a friend's housewarming party that night. A night I'd been looking forward to for weeks. A chance to relax, to laugh, to feel like a couple again after months of distance. Now the idea felt absurd. "You choose now to tell me?" I asked, incredulous. Right before we're supposed to walk out there and smile like nothing's wrong. Her silence was my answer. "You weren't planning to stop, were you?" I pressed, fury rising in my chest. "This isn't a confession. You just didn't want to get caught at the wrong time." "Michael, please," she said softly, finally turning to face me. Her eyes shimmered with tears. "It's complicated. I still love you. I do, but I don't." My voice cracked, sharp and final. "Don't tell me you love me while admitting you've been in someone else's bed." Tears slid down her cheeks, betrayal made real. I wanted to scream, to smash something, to demand the name of the man who had stolen my wife's loyalty. But some part of me already knew this wasn't about him. It was about her, the choices she made every single day to keep the lie alive. "Do I know him?" I asked, bracing myself. She hesitated, then whispered, "Yes." My stomach turned to ice. My mind raced. Co-worker, mutual friend, maybe even someone at that party. The thought of shaking hands with a man who had touched her, kissed her, whispered to her in the dark. It was unbearable. "Tell me who." Her lips pressed together. Silence. That was my answer. She was protecting him, not me. I drew a deep breath, steadying myself. This wasn't a moment for begging or bargaining. This was clarity carved out of chaos. I looked at her, not the woman I thought I married, but the stranger standing in our bedroom, dressed in a navy blue dress she'd chosen not for me, but perhaps for him. "You go to the party," I said finally, my voice low and eerily calm. "Smile, drink, pretend. That's clearly what you're good at." Her brows furrowed. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I'm done," I replied. "I won't play the fool in public, while you keep lying behind closed doors. Go if you want. But when you come back, don't expect me to be here." The words hung in the air like a death sentence. She reached for me, desperate now. "Michael, please don't do this. It's not what you think. It's not serious." I laughed bitterly, the sound hollow even to my own ears. "Not serious? You've been lying to me for 3 months, sneaking around, telling yourself it's fine as long as I don't know. That's serious enough." I grabbed my coat from the chair, the fabric trembling in my hands as adrenaline coursed through me. "Where are you going?" she asked, panic rising in her voice. "Anywhere but here." I walked out, her sobs following me down the hall, echoing in my skull. I drove aimlessly for hours. The city lights blurred through the windshield, streaks of neon and gold smearing into nothing. Part of me wanted to call someone, my brother, my best friend, but shame tightened around my throat. Saying it out loud felt like ripping open a wound still bleeding. I pulled over near the river and sat there, engine off, the night pressing in around me. The water rippled darkly, reflecting a version of myself I barely recognized. I thought about our wedding day, her smile as she walked down the aisle, about the nights we stayed up talking until dawn, the trips we took, the plans we made. Had it all been real, or had I just been too blind to see the cracks forming beneath us? Then came the call that broke me further. My phone buzzed. Her name lit up the screen. I let it ring. Minutes later, a text appeared. Please come home. We need to talk. I don't want to lose you. My chest tightened at the cruel irony. She didn't want to lose me, yet she'd already given herself to someone else. I typed back slowly, each word deliberate. You already did? When I finally returned the next morning, the house was eerily quiet. Her dress lay crumpled on the chair. She hadn't gone to the party after all. She sat on the couch, eyes red-rimmed, face pale. She looked up at me like a child who had broken something precious and couldn't fix it. Michael, she whispered, please, I'll end it. I'll do whatever it takes. I stood there, exhausted, hollowed out. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to rewind time, to erase the words she'd spoken and pretend we were still us. But once spoken, some truths can't be unspoken. Some wounds can't be patched. You ended at the moment you let someone else in, I said quietly. There's nothing left to save. Her sobs filled the silence as I walked upstairs to pack a bag. Leaving wasn't dramatic. There was no yelling, no slamming doors, just a slow, deliberate act of choosing myself for the first time in years. I carried my bag to the car as the morning sun broke over the horizon. She stood in the doorway, clutching her robe, watching me with eyes full of regret. For a moment, I almost faltered. But then I remember her words in that bedroom mirror, her calm confession before a party, like it was nothing more than a scheduling conflict. And I knew. I turned the key in the ignition. The engine roared to life. One final glance at the house that no longer felt like home, and I pulled away. Betrayal doesn't happen in one moment. It's built brick by brick, lie by lie, until the wall caves in. That night, her confession shattered the illusion I'd been living under. And though it tore me apart to walk away, I realized something on that drive along the river. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't fight to hold on, but to let go. I didn't attend the party. I didn't stand by her side. But in leaving, I reclaimed something I thought I'd lost forever, myself.